Hello YouTubers, Ted here in beautiful Côte Saint-Luc, Canada. In this video, I declare myself World Champion of Sortpuz. So World Champion, what's going on? I made a Sortpuz video not too long ago, just showing the game and the fact that I liked it and that it was a bit of a fun puzzle. As I'm making this video, that was about 2 weeks ago. And I really didn't think I was going to make another video. In fact, I was sort of thinking of stopping playing the game. That's when I was at about level 999 or 1000. I forget exactly what I did in the last video. But I decided to keep playing a little bit, and I noticed that the ranking that I get after I finish a puzzle kept going up and up. So let me show you a few screenshots that I took shortly after making that previous video. So this screenshot shows where I was, I don't know, a couple days after I made that video. You can see I have 13,166 points, and my rank in what I take to be the global ranking of all players. Now, maybe that's not what it is. Maybe I've just somehow been grouped with some other players. But anyway, by the screen, my rank is 1200. So I'm the 1200th best player at this moment with a score of 13,166. And here's a little bit later, my score is 16,957, and my ranking is 97th in the world, or in whatever. So, that's about 3,000 more points than the previous screen I just showed you. The amount of points you get per game is depending on how well you do. Like, do you make optimal moves? Do you solve it on your first attempt versus later attempts? So on like this. You can see on this particular game, I had just gotten 37 points for the last game. But so, let's say on average, if you're getting about 30 points per game, then the 3,000 extra points that I had compared to the previous screen I showed was maybe corresponding to 100 more games played. Up to 18,000 some points, and my world ranking is 20. At just a few hundred more points than that, 19,000 some, my ranking was 15. Just a few hundred more points, and my ranking was 10th in the world. At 20,000 points, my ranking was 5th. At 21,000, I was 4th. And, by the way, you can see from the rankings here, it shows you the player who's, above you and who's below you. It doesn't show their points. So at a moment like this, I'm 4th in the world. How much more do I have to do to get 3rd in the world? Do I need to get just 1 extra point, or 1,000 or 10,000? I have no idea. And I could easily imagine that, the top player in the world might have 200,000 points. Who knows, if they're just playing like crazy all the time. But as it turned out, I didn't need that many more points to get into 3rd. And then 2nd was about another 1,000 points. And finally, at 22,682 points, I moved into 1st place. So this was really a surprise to me. I would have thought that the top players would just be playing a ton and they'd have huge scores. But it turns out that most people seem to give up on this game at about the same time, in the high teens of, well, of course, many people just have, play a few games and they give it up. But I mean, even among the best players, it's not like the best player, number 1, has twice as many points as the second best player, who has twice as many points as the 3rd player, or anything like that. It's like they're all clustered around 20,000. And I had no idea until I passed them in the ranking. Now, I should point out there's a sense in which this is a very trivial accomplishment. And I don't mean just because it's a video game. I mean because in the lower right of the screen here, you can see there's a little button you can press to watch an ad. And if you watch an ad, you get an extra tube, like one of these tubes, but an empty tube. When you get an extra tube, it's very easy to solve the level. It's virtually no challenge at all. And so I would wager that even somebody starting the game fresh, from 0 points, could probably, with a day of effort and with watching ads, run through enough levels to score enough points to get into the number 1 position. Now, I personally I don't use that add feature. I did use it once in a while early on when I was playing the game and still figuring out. And I was on some hard level that I couldn't do. But first of all, I don't like watching ads. And secondly, it sort of undermines the challenge and fun of the game. So definitely, since I made the previous video at level 1,000, I have not used any ads. And again, I only used it, I would say no more than 10 times or 20 times max in the first 1,000 levels. And that was just because I was being lazy. So anyway, uh, uh, but for that reason, because of the ads that are possible, it's really not any great accomplishment to rack up high scores in this game. Nevertheless, and especially if you're someone who racks up a lot of points not using the ad feature by genuinely solving the puzzles, well then good for you. So I'll just round out the video here trying to solve this level. And then we'll see if I'm still in number 1 spot, because who knows, the number 2 person might have played more and gotten past me. I think green looked promising, and I could go to gray, but does that really open much opportunities? A little bit. Let's see if that works. It's kind of a pain to look all the way ahead. This is, the levels rotate between different numbers of vials or flasks. This is one of the levels that has 14 flasks, which is typically the harder to solve. But let's see what I can do here. Now, I have a blue here, and I have a blue here. Which one do I want to uncover? Probably this, because there's a lot of orange buried, whereas I can use the space for red. And then I could move the purple. And this ugly yellow. Now, which yellow do I move over? Or do I pull up this yellow to here and then empty a vial? That's usually a good idea. Let's see. Of course, I should have done that a long time ago. See, now I could bring these two together. That's fairly, good. But, and then I could move over this tan, but then I have a light blue exposed, and this light blue is too big to fit on top of there. And I could put that dark blue over here after I move the dark yellow, but then I have an orange. Orange doesn't really help me either. I have these two yellows I could consolidate. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that works. Does it? I don't know. Yellow, yellow. And then purple. I could bring over the purple either way. Huh. Or maybe I could do red and brown. Oh yeah, this looks better. Now I see it. Now I see it. Red, brown, red, purple. And let's see here. Now what? Let's see here. Now what should I do? Ugly yellow, dark yellow, regular yellow. There's definitely moves I can do here, but I'm not quite seeing how they lead to a solution. I could have backed myself in the corner here. See, I could move these two yellows over to the empty flask, but that exposes the purple, which doesn't help, and the tan, which helps a little bit. I could move the tan over from here, but then that just exposes the light blue, which I can't fill with that light blue because there's too much of it. I could put together these two dark yellows, but again, I just run into the tan issue. And I mean, it does help me unload this dark blue, but it's just got an orange beneath it. I could move purple over, but what does that help? Nothing. I could move light blue over. I think I've backed myself into a corner here where I have too much orange stuck on the bottom is the basic problem. Green, green, green. I still like gray, gray, gray. And pink. Whoops, pink, pink. And I move, well, let's see. I could also do this differently. No, I couldn't. Yellow comes over and green. But now I want to try moving this dark yellow over here. And then we have blue there, red, red. And now I can move that purple in either direction. Doesn't really help me to expose the orange yet, so let's do that. And, you know, I can move this yellow over, dark yellow, and then the dark blue beneath it, but then I have an orange, which I can't do anything with. So I guess I will somewhat reluctantly move that there, move this here. I still can't take out the orange because it just doesn't help or lead anywhere. Right, and I'm going to do this red move, red, brown, red, purple, pink. I'm not sure, but this might be exactly where I ended up last time when I got stuck. Do I see a way out? Can't. I mean, I think it's slightly different, but it's... Okay, I can move that, and this, and the blue, but then the orange, and I'm stuck on the orange. I could move the two yellows, tan, blue. No, this is not working out. Yeah, it looks like I've gotten myself stuck again. No, I mean, I'll just do a little something here for kicks, but it really doesn't go anywhere. And we need to start again. Well, let's try this again. I still like green. I still like gray. Green. And it's kind of the obvious move to move the dark yellow over to here. Well, sorry, the obvious first move is to consolidate the pinks. And then I could do this, I guess. Don't know if this is any helpful. Yellow. Should I move those yellows over? I could do that. I could do this and clear a tube. Have I done this before? I don't know. See, I'm trying to think how to get out the oranges a little earlier. I could consolidate blue right now. That's not so bad, actually. Okay, let's try that. Blue, blue. But I'm not going to cover that orange. I am going to... do this. And should I put the orange up like this? And like this. Now I got 3 oranges together. I think that's different than what I've done before. In fact, I can consolidate these yellows. Tan, orange, blue. Okay, this is starting to look pretty good. Red, red, purple, pink, and brown. All right, well, there you go. So it's not always so easy, which was the point of my last video. Anyway, just passed 25,000 points, still rank number 1. And that's it. Thanks for watching.